Hello and welcome to this edition of TMA's Farm Margin Talk. This is Devin Schierling, Grain Marketing Manager for TMA. So I apologize for missing the last 2 weeks, but due to harvest activity and some family events, I was unable to provide that farm margin talk. But boy, are we thankful here in central Kansas, and really for the most part of the entire state of Kansas, for the bountiful wheat crop that we just received. So as we look at our farm margin report for June the 22nd, 2012, you'll notice a big change from 2 weeks ago. We've seen irrigated corn increase in profitability by $91 an acre, and irrigated beans by right at $65 an acre. And so really what's interesting is, you remember those charts we looked at in the past where beans were actually leading the profit story versus corn? We saw another reversal of that, and corn is now $6 more profitable based on this farm margin index. Another thing to point out on this screen is that on the wheat, that's actually 2013 wheat on the left-hand side, and 2014 wheat profitability on the right-hand side. And this is just that micro view of how they come up with the numbers based off of new crop cash prices at Groveland, Kansas. And today we're really going to talk about one main point, and that is, how is my wheat crop insurance policy working for me today? As you know, the harvest price for wheat is created by taking the June average of the July wheat futures. As we speak right now, that harvest price is 76% complete, and the average is $6.56. So the real question is, what does that mean to me? So an example is, let's say on your farm you had an APH of 40 bushels an acre. You purchased an 80% policy, and the base price was $8.62. So if you take those individual ingredients and multiply them together, that gives you $275.84 of guaranteed revenue. Well, after harvest, you came in and you looked, and your tickets showed out to be 50 bushels an acre. The harvest price, we're going to assume, stays at $6.56. So that guaranteed you, that had you an actual production of $328 of revenue. So since your actual revenue was higher than your guaranteed revenue, you will not receive a claim in this example. So make sure you take a peek at what your production is and how it's affected by your APH. But most of you, with the bumper yields, will not be worrying about having a claim this year, regardless of the price drop that we have seen. I want to draw your attention to TMA's update meeting we'll be having on July 11th and 12th. As you can see, the 11th will be in Hutchinson, and the 12th will be in Salina, Kansas. Our featured guest speakers will be Brian Brigham with the Arthur Capper Foundation at Kansas State University, and then Brian Ahern with eWeather. So I feel free to attend this meeting and RSVP to Tanya by July the 5th. So what's causing this market to move? It's pretty simple right now. What's grabbed the headlines, which is weather. This is a picture taken this afternoon from Haven, Kansas. As you can see, the wheat's looks extremely green. You see the silks on this corn are turning brown, and we just had probably a little under 50 hundredths of rain on it this last week. And the next picture is from Central Illinois. And as you can see, the big difference here is it's almost a complete role reversal from last year. So there is issues throughout the eastern corn belt. I know I said that was Illinois, but this picture is from Indiana. Illinois pictures probably look exactly the same in spots. So make sure that as these weather conditions continue to move around, for us here in central Kansas, we do a good job of managing our price risk going forward into this harvest time frame, which, judging by that last corn field we saw, could probably be a fairly early harvest somewhere in that second to third week of August. So for more additional information, feel free to contact your TMA grain marketing or crop insurance specialist. Thank you and have a great weekend.